I've been using the Meta display glasses for just over a month, and I've gotta say, using these feels like stepping into the future. They're the first glasses from Meta with a built-in display inside the frame, and the first pair of smart glasses that you can fully control with your wrist. But what makes these glasses different from everything Meta's released before? What kind of new features do these glasses have that others don't? What are the pros? What are the drawbacks? And most importantly, are they worth the $800 price tag? Well, stick around, because after 1 month of using these guys, we're about to find out. Let's get into it. So if you're familiar with the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, you'll notice right away that these look very similar at a glance. But once you put them side by side, the difference becomes a bit more obvious. They come in at about 69 grams, nice, which is about 20 grams heavier than the Ray-Ban Meta glasses that weigh 49 grams. It's not a huge jump, but you definitely feel the difference after wearing them for a while. These glasses also have 6 hours of battery life with mixed usage. The biggest difference is that the Meta display glasses have a monocular display built into the right lens. That means only your right eye will see the display. But the real magic comes from something new, the neural band. This might be the coolest piece of smart glasses tech we've seen so far. The band uses EMG signals from your wrist and fingers, letting you control the glasses with subtle hand gestures. Want to turn up the volume? Pinch your fingers and twist your hand like you're turning a tiny knob. Need to scroll through the menu? Just flick your fingers up and down and the UI moves with you. This is the first time I have ever seen anything like this, and sometimes I can't believe that I'm able to control my glasses like this. Now, stepping away from the glasses and the band, the case also has a brand new design that I absolutely love. I can't tell you how many times I wish the case for the Ray-Ban Metas was smaller because of how bulky it is. But one of my favorite features with this new case is the fact that you can fold it up and easily put it in your pocket. Yes, it's still pretty large, but I'll take that foldable feature 10 out of 10 times over carrying a bulky case with me. Alright, moving on. So we already know that these glasses have AI compatibility and that they can take photos and videos just like previous models for the Meta Ray-Bans could. But the big question is, what can these glasses do that the other Meta glasses can't? Well, there's actually a decent amount of new features thanks to the in-lens display. Let's start with the on-lens viewfinder. With the built-in display, you can finally see a live view of exactly what your camera is going to capture. This just gives you a bit more peace of mind when taking photos now that you know exactly what's in frame. In addition to that feature, you can now have up to a 3 times camera zoom. It's not an insane zoom amount, and the quality of the video or photo definitely gets more grainy the more you zoom in. Again, it's not groundbreaking, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. This next feature is a fun one, and it's live captions. Live captions let you see real-time subtitles for conversations within your vicinity. Let me bring down your expectations a little bit with this one. You're not going to be a super spy picking up audio from down the block like those spy movies where they have those radio antennas. These captions are surprisingly very accurate, and they work the best when you're standing right in front of someone. But it's nice to know that Meta has stepped up their game and not only has the ability to help visually impaired people, but now they have the ability to help audibly impaired people. Similar to live captions, another new feature is the live translations. These glasses can translate a small list of supported languages by Meta and convert them to English subtitles. As someone who is continuing to learn Spanish for my Colombian wife and her entire family, this feature is a fun one and it's very accurate. Now, I already made an entire video showing off this feature, so I would highly recommend watching that if you want to see more on that. I'll leave that link here in the video and in the description below. The next new feature is the Instagram app. Now, hold on, I have to bring you back to reality once again. This is a very restricted version of Instagram. No, you cannot doom scroll reels for hours on end. Meta limits you to only accessing the messaging feature within Instagram. Now, you technically can watch reels within the Instagram app, but by only watching reels that your friends have sent you through messaging. You can't endlessly scroll through reels nonstop. Video calling is also another new feature. Now you can video call with friends on WhatsApp, Messenger, or Instagram and share with them what you're seeing while also seeing their face within your display. This is definitely a nice to have because you could still have a video call even if both your hands are full. AR style navigation is now also a new feature with these glasses as well. They aren't designed to be used when driving a car, but more for walking distance adventures. This is especially cool because as you move directions, the display will reflect the direction you are facing to help better assist you. Unfortunately, you can't actually start the navigation unless you are in a more dense city. The navigation uses Meta's version of Maps, so I'm guessing it's just not as advanced as Google Maps or Apple Maps at this time. But you can still set a path and walk along the route just like I did in this video. Alright, the last new features these display glasses have that the other Meta glasses don't is an in-lens game. There is a small maze-like game with these glasses that you can play. The objective is simple. You just move the ball around the maze trying to get to the portal, and that's it. It's nothing too special, but if anything, it shows that there might be potential for additional, more advanced games in the future. Now, there are two features that I did not forget to mention. These two features aren't actually available at this time, but they should be available at the end of 2025 or 2026. Those two features are conversation focus and handwriting. Conversation focus is supposed to help amplify the sound of someone speaking in front of you. Think of this like turning up the volume on someone's voice so that you can hear them more clearly. And handwriting is a feature that allows you to draw letters on a surface, and the neural band will pick up the letters you drew and convert that to text. This would be applied to scenarios like if you were trying to text someone. Yeah, it's pretty lame that Meta showcased these two cool features in their Meta Connect 2025, and it's a month later and they still haven't added them to the glasses yet. Alright, so now we know a bit more about the new features that the Meta glasses have, but what are the pros and what are the cons? One pro is simply how amazing the monocular display is. For the most part, people around you won't be able to see that you're looking at a screen, but there are some angles where they might catch a glimpse of it, so it's not completely invisible. So just keep that in mind. It also works very well indoors as well as outdoors, so you're not limited to one specific setting. Another pro is how clean and discreet the neural band and gestures are. The band itself looks stylish enough where it doesn't look out of place if you're wearing it, and the subtle gestures when controlling the display make usage extremely seamless. In addition to that, I also really enjoy the on-lens viewfinder feature, which allows me to see the camera's view before taking photos. It also allows me to view photos that I've already taken, so now I don't have to wait for a Wi-Fi connection to import them to my phone and see if the photos were any good. I can just look straight into the Photos app and check out any photo or video that I want right there. The last pro that I have is how good the live captions are. As I've mentioned before, I made a video testing out how good these live captions and the live translations were, and I was shocked at how accurate it was. Now, I don't have hearing loss or anything, but I can only imagine how useful a feature like that would be for someone that does. I'm just a big fan of features that are more practical and helping people improve their day-to-day lives, and I feel like this could be one of those features. Alright, so I just talked about some of the pros I found within these glasses, but we can't forget about the cons. Let's talk about those now. Oh, ice cold, baby. This thing's great. Hydrate. Don't sleep on it. Okay, let's get back to it. One of the cons of these glasses, and to no one's surprise, is that they're a little big. Now, I don't think that these glasses are the biggest ones on the market today. Like, I'll happily wear these glasses in public because I've seen other smart glasses from different brands that look absolutely way too large. So they are a little big, but they're definitely not the worst. And, you know, my wife does tell me that when I put on these glasses, I look really cute, so, you know, might be a little biased there, but, you know, who knows. Alright, another con is that the transition lenses aren't dark enough. I'm pretty sure this has been the case with just about all the transitional lenses in Meta Smart Glasses collection, but these definitely don't get dark enough. You can still see my eyes through the lenses, which I'm not a fan of. Another con which people probably saw coming is the battery life. As I mentioned before, these glasses have a battery life of 6 hours of mixed usage. Now, keeping in mind that the display isn't meant to be used for the entire lifespan of the battery. It's more just meant for short periods of usage throughout the day, something like sending a quick message, or maybe taking a quick photo or a video, or maybe seeing a notification pop up. Something small like that. But still, I want to use the display because that's why I bought these glasses. For the display. With heavy display usage, you're gonna realistically be looking at less than 3 hours of battery life. And now for the final con, and definitely the biggest con out of this entire list. It's the fact that there's just not enough apps within these glasses. And I know if you've watched other videos of mine kind of calling this out, it's just because I feel so strongly about that point, that there is not enough apps in these glasses. Since these glasses are a product of Meta, you're only restricted to using Meta-based apps. So Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and so on. No third-party apps at all. And this just leaves you with very little to actually do with these glasses outside of a few points I made earlier. So yeah, it's just extremely bare for the apps that are on these glasses now, but maybe Meta adds some new ones in the future, who knows. But realistically, I'm not gonna count on that. Alright, so the big question that we've all been waiting for, are these glasses worth it? Are they worth $800? If you just want a straight answer, then the answer I'm gonna give is no. But if you want some reasoning behind this, then just hear me out. These glasses are such a cool piece of tech that has set the bar so much higher for future smart glasses releases. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they fell short and missed out on a lot of potential. Very little Meta apps to use, no third-party apps, not a long battery life, still no conversation focus feature they promised, still no handwriting feature they promised, and somehow we still don't have a horizontal aspect ratio for recording or taking videos within these glasses. Like, it's 2026. No, it's not. Like, it's almost 2026 and we can't even address like the biggest community complaint, which is like the aspect ratio that these glasses record in. Like, what timeline am I living in? I'm going off a little rant here, but I just know they're gonna release like the next gen of something. They'd be like, now with horizontal video aspect ratio, like it's the biggest thing on the block. And we'll be like, that should have been included like years ago, but okay. But where was I again? Pulling it back. Again, this is really cool tech and it's fun to experience firsthand, but I just don't think there are enough use cases, at least for me, where it justifies the $800 price tag. If you want my advice, I would say skip out on the Gen 1 versions and wait for the Gen Vu version. Dude, words are hard. I would say skip out on the Gen 1 versions and wait for the Gen 2 versions to come out. There's just not enough here to justify $800 of a price tag. However, those are just my thoughts after having these glasses for just over a month. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think that the Meta display glasses are worth $800? Or are you waiting for another brand to come out with smart glasses like Apple or Google? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.